How the fuck you niggas miss 100 shots? Rebel, what's that? What's that word? What's that word? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to everybody. Shit. Come in, hit that like button for me, man. Turn me up. Oh. Hit the like button, man. Y'all know at the 10-minute mark, we gonna get started. So y'all relax, come in, get comfortable. Hope everybody having a blessed day. They feeling good. Shout out to everybody in the building. Matter of fact, I could show y'all this. Why, goddamn it, we gonna play Butta. Here we go right here, man.
Everyone, interrupting your research with huge news.
Is it the new iPhone 16 Pro?
Yes.
Yo, y'all know what it is. Y'all know the name. This right here is Lil Mike responding to FBG Butter sister defending him for crying in jail. He said, I gave your rat ass brother his flowers and said what I said till I came home and seen from my own eyes how he moved pretty much. I'm damn them, not rumors. That shit real. I seen how fool he is. I can't be caught hanging with dude. Look how he moved. J Cheesy fake everything. He wear is fake. Like, come on. And he tagged the sister. He said pretty much the whole world know he passing niggas up. He not finished. He even said, I know that's your brother, and pretty much I know you love him, but just kind of downplay how he was giving Bud his flowers while he was in jail. And then this right here is the sister responding to Lil Mike saying, y'all be chasing this shit. Clearly the man saying it hurt. This is when she was defending Butter, actually saying that he was beat Mace. He broke his hand, and when he was running, he fell, and pretty much just saying that everybody praying on his downfall. In this post right here, she was just still defending her brother Butter while his head was bleeding and his hand was broke, but also saying that Lil Mikey is a fan who's sucking dick and just different things like that for them, because you know they was cool when Lil Mikey was in jail and Butter was still out here with the rap rumors. They was cool. And so this right here, I think, is Butter talking from the sister page, or he telling her what to say. But this is what things got a little tricky, and it seemed like Butter was exposing that Mikey got his teeth knocked out. And I guess that explains the message that Mikey, he responded, saying, knock my teeth out, that sound crazy. And like, what like the molars, his chompers in the back? You know, I don't know if you get your teeth knocked in jail, they put them back in for you, but how he get the motherfuckers put back in? And this right here, she said, she see everything that involves her brother, like literally, please stop with the video, sending and calling, because I'm already irritated. So she been really going on a defending her brother campaign. You know, Lil Mikey was one of the biggest people who wasn't fucking with Butta. Even when they sat down on the couch, you could tell the energy was like they wasn't really fucking with Butta. But it seems as if FBG Butta trying to insinuate that he got his teeth knocked out by Butta. Now right here in this long ass paragraph, y'all can pause and read it. I think this is Butta and the sister. They was talking pretty much saying that Lil Mike did 13 years for TW Nate, and when he came home, 007 Nate ain't have a dime to give him because Nate was broke. And if you look at it, Nate back in jail right now for allegedly getting to a shootout with Young Money. I don't know. He pretty much was saying that he jealous of the relationship that him and J-Mane have. He even said that J-Mane do coke. Goddamn. I don't know what these niggas got going on for, but y'all need to stop exposing so much info about each other. Like, it's just like people like me that's gonna pick it up, run with it, and there's people like the fans who gonna sit up there and downplay what a person has done just because the internet got them looking goofy. If y'all really friends or was friends, what's wrong with getting in that backyard throwing them hands when everybody was free? I feel like motherfuckers don't want to take that L. And when it comes to taking the L with the hands, usually come to a motherfucker getting shot. So I don't even want to promote fighting no more, because goddamn it, unless it's Hands TV, a sanctioned fight, motherfuckers liable to die, gang. Seriously. But this whole FBG Butta in jail situation really showed a lot of people's true colors, like the ones who couldn't wait for him to go to jail but didn't want to say nothing, who was possibly on his side, they seeing it now. And I'm not speaking about Mikey, because Mikey been not really fucking with Butta in the public eye. It's just everything that's playing out is like the same old sad ass story. Your closest friend usually becomes your closest enemy. And we all know how that shit play out. Trust me, from personal experience. Get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think below. I'm going.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is dropping its first cast album.
Yeah, man.
Put this album together with real artists.
With new love.
I'm going to bring.
So there we go. We got Butta in the beef right now. Why he in jail? Butta going through a beef right now. Why he in jail? You know what I'm saying? This can't be life. This can't be life, goddamn it. You already got, I'm quite sure you got too much on your plate, man. Lil Mikey need to go ahead on, drop his music, and keep going. That's a beef that ain't gonna go nowhere. That beef ain't gonna go nowhere. That's a beef that ain't gonna go nowhere, man. Free Butta. You saying free Butta? Free Butta. I really actually I feel sorry as hell for Butta right now. I feel sorry for Butta off the strip, cause he I think Butta was on his way to do something. Make some big noise around this motherfucker. I think Butta was finna make some noise around this joint. He already had the what's the word? He already had the internet. He already had the internet going crazy. He need guidance. He do need guidance. That ain't no lie. He do need guidance. But in order to get guidance, you got to be willing to listen. But in order for guidance, you got to be ready to listen or willing to listen. Excuse me. And a lot of these niggas ain't willing to listen. Tell you. And that's the problem. That's why Butta in his situation right now. going through the shit that he going through. Butter didn't want to listen. Not only are we saying it, but several motherfuckers done said. Lil Mikey, the one that was shot in the head. Damn, that shit too close. Oh, man. Let me get this other shit going right quick. We get this other one going. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We finna go straight to everything.
He heard y'all calling me out. Pretty much just watch this comeback. This comeback gonna be a movie type shit. So at the end of the day, we seen either his manager or somebody close to him. Dunky Mo said he been sitting back watching everything, but pretty much Lil Mike pulled through. Now, if you remember the circumstances surrounding this story, people that was close to TJ, like in 800 and shit like that, believe that 650 Lil Mike possibly backdoored TJ. And if you go back and look at the circumstances surrounding the whole Lil Mike shooting, it was alleged that him and the young lady who was killed, R.I.P. her, was shot from the backseat, possibly backdoored themselves. Now, in this era of backdoor that we in, the crash outs and motherfuckers putting drugs everywhere up their body, it's not hard to believe. But I'm not talking about the Lil Mike shit. I'm just saying the retaliation attempt. But at the end of the day, this era that we in, Chicago got different eras all the time. The Chief Keef era, drill, I don't want to say it's here to stay, but drill gonna be around for a minute. But we got these new shorties, the Fastos, the Chuckies. We got people that's doing long prison sentences and coming home, like Lil Mike and Kiddo, Tay Savage, able to create a career. Then we got people who survive gruesome shit like Wooski and just other people, and everybody want to see their next move. So I guarantee you, Lil Mike, if he accepted, gonna be on a no jumper interview in the next couple of months. So he got an opportunity right here to actually do something with his life, and that's why he say, "Watch this comeback," all caps type shit, because he already know the future, what the future holds for him, just with him surviving that gruesome shot, man. But at the end of the day, it's just so it's not hard to believe that motherfuckers will backdoor somebody, but the Lil Mike situation, it's just, we don't have enough information to say he did backdoor TJ. But all I can say, get in the comment section and let me know what y'all think below. I'm going.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV and watch every game every Sunday, all in one place.
It's showing you how serious shit getting, y'all. This just Chicago. We ain't went nowhere else yet. We only talking about Chicago right now. I'm smoking too much. Handbrake. Shut your goof ass up. Nigga. I'm smoking too much. I am getting high. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm rolling up the tree right now as we speak. You know what I'm saying? That's why I paid attention to it. Like, damn, how the fuck this nigga know I was rolling up? But if you pay attention and watch the show, y'all know that's what the fuck I do. Smoke me a little tree, talk me some shit, and keep it going. Yeah, though, man, but I feel sorry for Butter, but I don't have no compassion because people tried to tell him, and he didn't want to listen. 31 people in the building, man. I need 31 likes. Why do y'all continue to do this? This shit gonna be the same. Oh, you rolled up a joint? Ain't nothing wrong with you rolling up a joint. Ain't nothing. Do you put salt on your greens? I fucked your head up with that question, huh? There's a lot of motherfuckers that put salt on their greens. I don't want no salt on my greens. Hell no. Like, look, we said damn near said hell no at the same time. These new little young niggas, they go crazy. Nah, I don't need extra sodium. Huh. Wow. 32 people in the building, man. Only one person hit the like button, man. Y'all pathetic, man. Y'all really need to stop doing this shit, man. I think y'all come in here and y'all be wanting me to do this shit. Y'all look forward to me doing the bullshit. That's what it be. Y'all look forward to me doing the bullshit. So they like, man, look, we gonna get a good laugh off dude right fast. Yeah, that shit crazy. You know what's crazy? Life crazy. Life crazy. Big homie Slim. What's the word? Yeah, you see how they be doing Carlton Jones? They don't be hitting the like button. They want to talk me to death. Melanated King, what's the word? We ain't tripping, man. We ain't tripping. As long as you come. The doors of the church are always open. The doors of the church are always open, y'all. On everything. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Alright, that's decent. I guess that, nah, that motherfucker ain't. Alright, I guess that's decent. I ain't tripping. Trying to make sure. Are you at work on lunch? Alright, I'm glad I caught you on your lunch break. Let you eat you some food, get you some entertainment before you go back in there. What's up, my N word? What's up, my C word? My Caucasian brother. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the time that you poured some cereal, and when you poured the cereal, some roaches came out. That time, when you was a child, that time. Or the time your daddy said he was coming to get you, and you was waiting all day, and he never came. That time. Tell us about them times that hurt you in life. Or the time that you saw your daddy beating your mama. Tell us about tell us these stories that you seem to have. We want to ponder upon these joints and we interested. It's intriguing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not against his father never came back. What's up, boy? What I think about Diddy? What you think about Diddy? You would have let Diddy do you. Hey, y'all, keep on thinking that that was baby oil. Keep on thinking that was baby oil in them motherfucking cans. In them cans. Remember, y'all, they said Puff Daddy had liquid crack. This shit get bigger than what the fuck y'all think. They said Puff Daddy had liquid crack. Hold on. I don't think a lot of y'all hold on, man. Y'all ain't see this shit. Shout out to my homie, big homie Slim for putting me on this video, man. Y'all get in tune.
Joe, thank you for calling back.
Hey, I'd like to say this too real quick. You got a woman that works for you. It's really incredible. You don't find too many people.
I thought you were about to implicate her in the investigation. I'm just glad you're not implicating Dusty in the investigation, Suge, because I can't take that.
She's not in the investigation.
All right,
What I want to do for her is...
I think this part 2, y'all.
But I want to turn it on to this clothing line called Girls Monday to Sunday. Girl Monday to Sunday. And I'm definitely going to look out for it because I buy a lot of people from that place. But look, what I was basically trying to say is this. I respect your show and respect what you're doing, but the most important thing is there's got to be a solution. Because this has been going on in the industry for a whole bunch of years, for decades. And at the same time...
This part 2, y'all.
Nobody wants it to be true. And it shouldn't have to be true. But if we don't fix it and do something about it, history will constantly
Repeat itself. Now, Suge, you said something early on that I want to get clarification.
This
for the audience.
Suge talking
You said
about
early on,
Puff Daddy,
you can't
y'all.
just look at Diddy in
Exposing
isolation.
this
You said
shit.
this was done to him. He learned from others.
This part
and
2,
it was
man.
done
Check
to
it out.
him,
This
and
shit
he
deep.
did to others. To me, that sounds like what I hear when people are talking about abusive situations. You know, hurt people, that someone was sexually abused, they wind up being a perpetrator. Is that what you're suggesting about Sean Combs, that he was sexually abused and he now sexually abuses?
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. I think he repeat what was done to him. And like I said, if you look at Russell Simmons, you know the truth. Andre Rail, you know the truth. Brian Davis, you know the truth. Jimmy Iovine, you know the truth. So there's not certain things that all of a sudden you got this. The industry is a quick business. It's been like that for a long time. And the casting couch is real, but it's for women and men. But far from all that, I think the most important thing is I feel like they should let Puffy tell his truth. I'm quite sure he's going to expose a lot of people. I'm sure he's going to move forward with it. But I don't think it should be a situation like the Epstein thing where they found him hanging from a cylinder dead before the truth come out.
Do you believe
I think
that
the truth needs to be...
Do you believe that Diddy is in danger in prison? And do you have advice for him based on what you just said?
Well, the first advice I have, I don't ever want to say he's in danger, and neither should he say that. Because once he gets to the point where they feel he's going to be suicidal to himself, harmful to himself, once they put him on suicide watch, you have the rights to nothing. No socks, no drawers, no t-shirt, no blanket, no sheets. You so naked in a cell as a crazy man. So he definitely don't want to do that. And the other advice I would tell him, you know, maybe he should get on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else is making for you. At least they're going to come hot, they're going to come sealed, and you got to be the one to open them. That's very important.
What about people trying to hurt him?
Go to jail. I mean, one of the things is this. I don't care who you are. Prison and jail is a negative environment. Somebody can do something to them and get a name for themselves, they're going to actually do it. Or they can do whatever they feel they got to do to prove themselves. But we also got to learn. We got to learn from our mistakes. Everything don't have to be a mistake. You got to better yourself. But we all know what we signed up for in life. So if I signed up to be a football player, I knew I'm going to get hit and I'm going to hurt some others too. If I signed up to be in the music business and the entertainment business, and you factor right to being a black man, there's certain things you got to look at for the challenges. If they can't take the money from you, they take you from the money by putting you in prison. That's a fact. In Puffy's situation, he should go and get his time out the way. Not no life sentence, but he can get a lesser time, he can jump on it because he had a great run. I'm in prison right now. I had a great run. So I don't go mad, I don't wake up mad. I've been locked up for 10 years, and I ain't had a bad day yet. And it's a lot of things we can do to help each other, and it's never too late for help. God bless us to have a voice. Let's use our voice. I had told Puffy a while back. I told TD Jakes a while back. Come on, collect calls. We can politic. Because one thing for certain, one thing for sure, he just not gonna walk away with one scratch on it.
Do you think that Diddy?
He can do so.
Do you think Diddy knows enough that it's a very delicate balance that maybe investigators will want to know these other names and greatly reduce his exposure to criminality to time versus what people would do to keep him quiet?
Number one, I've been knowing him a long time. And we was friends. We're not enemies, but we were friends. He's not a dummy. So he's smart enough to work his magic. On top of that, this man right here, he's been involved with the FBI for most of his career. It's not like he don't have no moves. But I don't think nobody's just counting him out. I don't think he gonna lay down and just crawl in the corner and die. He's probably going through a lot of right now because he's probably going through a lot of withdrawals for the drugs. But the industry got him on drugs. And see, they do these things to take control. They're not doing, there's nothing wrong with being dead. You choose to be dead, that's your preference. But they doing this to people for control. It's a power situation.
Sure.
And they've been having the power of the, yes.
I appreciate your perspective on this. And I just want to get something very clear, because if what you're saying is true.
When he started talking about the gay stuff, you see he stopped him quick and fast. He stopped him quick and fast. Y'all pay attention, man. Keep your eyes open and trust none.
And I'm not questioning your credibility. I can't assess it. I don't know. So
Right.
then he's got people who are the biggest names in the business who
I ain't
helped
trying to
him.
cut you off, but if any of those people I mentioned, don't have no drink and don't do no bottle with them until you find out. I don't want you to be right.
Well, listen. I mean, look, the job is to ask questions of people in power. They answer how they choose. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen.
All right, y'all. That was part 2. If y'all didn't see part 1, hold on. Part 1 was groundbreaking.
You have a missing show.
Damn, man. Part 1 was groundbreaking. Then we'll go back to round 2 so y'all can hear this shit.
Like I said, and I always say, me personally, I don't jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison or any other man, any other human being going to prison. Because people think prison is always the answer. I'm not.
That ain't the one either. Damn, where that motherfucker at? Is this the one?
Hey everyone, interrupting your research with huge news.
I know
Isn't
part
that
2
right?
dropped
Who do
yesterday.
you have on the call there?
My son is going to be so proud.
Oh, yeah.
Matt from somewhere in Illinois, I believe.
Matt, what's your question?
All right, I'm Roscoe, Illinois. Chris, thanks for having me. The more we hear about...
No, man. I want to see the motherfucking... It actually was a... it ain't the one. Where the other one at, Joe? Where's the other one? The other one. Let's see what the fuck, how the fuck this one.
So let's bring in a close friend of Diddy
We getting messy.
and Suge Knight, producer, singer Ray J, and Diddy's former publicist, host of the podcast Naughty But Nice, Rob Shooter. First, Ray J, give us an assessment of Suge Knight's credibility. Where should he be believed? Where should he not be believed?
Well, I mean, if you look at his track record, I mean, he pretty much ran the hip-hop and music scene during the Death Row era. So a lot of people he know, and a lot of people he has been around.
Hey, this shit getting deep, y'all.
I can't vouch for everything because
It's getting
I'm not
deep.
Suge, but I can just tell you, like, most of the time, Suge is saying something is coming from experiences. He's not like making it up like he's writing Green Eggs and Ham. Like, this is serious.
So, first things first. It was impossible in real time to vet what he was going to say, Rob, because I didn't know what he was going to say. But we are getting responses.
I didn't either, man.
Oh, listen, hey, Ray J, you did nothing but help. You are helping advance the conversation with people who are willing to discuss their perspective. That is a precious commodity in this investigation
Did you hear me? Did you hear me trying to tell Suge to be positive too as well? Okay, cool. I didn't know.
Yes.
I had to get that in.
Yes, but I mean, you know, you're not going to control what he says, but you provided him the opportunity to make his witness. So you're all good as far as I'm concerned.
And he made a lot of good
Clive
points.
Davis.
And he made a lot of good points.
Yeah, listen. I mean, he knows this is his world. Clive Davis responds.
Hit that like button, y'all. Damn.
His spokesperson. This is a
Hit the fucking like button for me, man. 136 people in the building. Hit the like button, man.
Mr. Knight's assertions
We getting
about Clive
messy.
Davis are 100% false. Nothing of the sort ever happened. Clive is a mentor to artists, and in keeping with this, never ever condone any such inappropriate behavior. Specifically, Rob, Suge Knight suggests that P. Diddy wasn't just taught things by his mentors, he was abused by them. And that his behaviors are a function of hurt people hurting people.
Yeah, he said it last night. I was watching the show at home, Chris. It was an amazing thing to reveal. I've got to agree here with Ray J. Suge knows this world, so is he larger than life? Might he exaggerate? Maybe. I think a lot of people probably do, but fundamentally, this is his world. If he told me something, I'd be very happy using him as a source, as an insider. I trust what he says. And so
6 people hit the like button, man.
When Diddy was
Let's do 6 plus 6. 12 people hit the like button. Then 24. Then 48. You hear me? Let's double it up every time. Come on, man. I'm not asking you to donate no arm, no leg. All I'm asking you to do is hit the like button.
Not, after dark deep or whatever, they're calling P. Diddy's, other activities. But how would you have never heard this type of allegation that he was going after underage
30 people in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. Hitting that like button.
With people who were or were not consenting. How would you not have heard it?
Yeah, I think people that get away with this for a really long time are really good at covering it up. It's almost like being a functioning alcoholic and you just never see the liquor. I never saw it. I really didn't. When I was with him, he was professional. Was he rude? Was he aggressive? Yes. Did he like to be told? Yes, of course. But I never ever saw any of the sexual stuff, and I think that probably was by design. He kept his inner circle really, really small. I was part of a larger circle, not the inner circle, for a short period of time. And so I think this was sort of the reason that he managed to keep this a secret and evade the law, any consequences, for particularly maybe over a decade.
Ray J, help me understand something. How do you interpret...
They trying to act like they ain't know what the fuck was going on. They probably was participating in that shit, especially Ray J.
Well, how am I supposed to understand that?
Well, first off, I want to say I have a lot of respect for Clive Davis. He's somebody that's inspired us all in the music game. And I think that in this situation, people are quitting. You see a lot of people stepping down from their executive positions in music. And I think a lot of people are tying that up with Diddy. We don't know exactly why everybody is quitting or why everybody's quiet. But I can say this, a lot of celebrities in this power come from environments where they think certain ways of doing business, cutthroat, disrespectful, shady, chasing fast money, these are normal because, they saw their mentors do it. I mean, Diddy did it, even Suge, and so even though they're learning on the fly, but they're also mimicking the executives above them that they learn from. So, I think we have to break that cycle and keep following a new blueprint, and that's evolving instead of ending up in the same place, broken, bad relationships, in jail or worse.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find news.
Man, this shit getting messier and messier, y'all.
I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time and see what's going on. But at the same time, that's not no shit.
So let's bring in a close friend of Diddy and Suge Knight, producer, singer Ray J, and Diddy's former publicist, host of the podcast Naughty But Nice, Rob Shooter. First, Ray J, give us.
I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time and see what's going on. But at the same time, that's not no cheerful thing because when you look at it, that man has kids. Mm-hmm. And whatever affects him definitely affects his kids. Mm-hmm. I know there's a lot of victims involved in it, and whatever affects them affects their kids. So it's not a good thing to be talking about any shit about the next person. But it's not a gray area with me. And at the same time, Puffy didn't react or people he got or doing those things or those allegations by himself. He was taught from people before him, and he did it to the younger people after him. And we can talk all day and say what's true, what's not true. Only true part about it is videos, conversations, and people can see what they've done. Mm-hmm. But for it being happy and proud and say what do people think, that's irrelevant.
So sure.
It's just like I heard earlier today when Ray J was talking to TMZ. Mm-hmm. I got love for Harvey, but I see Charles always got something negative to say when it comes to West Coast people. And Charles tried to make a record to say that, how do I feel when I'm in prison? Yeah, I'm in prison. I guarantee you I'm free more than Charles. If I feel like sleeping to 5 o'clock, or I want to sleep 12 hours a day, I can.
Sure.
But besides all that, the fact is, it's not no competition who's going to talk the loudest and talk the best. It's not something positive that can help anybody. I don't get on no platforms just to be something positive. If it ain't positive.
I understand what you're saying. I want you to try to make some positive points here. I get what you're saying about TMZ, but that's not really my interest, as you might imagine. My interest is in what you can help people understand about these allegations that Diddy is facing and what you believe he's facing on the inside. Now, what's most interesting to me is that you seem to see Diddy as kind of an Epstein kind of figure. That Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you? What do you believe about the people around Diddy and what everybody knows?
Well, first of all, you got to start with the top. You're starting with the top. Brian Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Arrell, Jimmy Iovine. And even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing, he went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Keep going, Suge.
They speak about what they see. Now, I was told that I can't do business there because of that. Now, Doug Morris gave Puffy a deal for millions of dollars. It flopped. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They got all the tapes.
Now, when you talk about the tapes,
this been going on for a long time.
Hold on, Suge. Help us understand, because a lot of this stuff is a little inside baseball for people, right? Because they don't live the life, they don't know the world, they don't know the players.
Telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's just the recording from the prison. That's just saying that they recorded, which obviously they do. Suge, help people understand. What tapes are you talking about? Who has them? And what kinds of things?
Hit that like button, man. Damn.
Well, number one, luckily, I wasn't their first choice, their second choice. I want the first choice to be at those freaky parties. But you know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? The sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't think mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke, me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, we passed the test. They said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. But they used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg. They had those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second.
But you just look. What you got to do is
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any Puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't the evidence proof of it. But at the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry. Not for the people who don't get in. So, everybody, you got to look at it like this. When you see a beautiful woman, or you see a handsome man, and it was like that all their life. From elementary school to junior high school to high school, they forced to go to college, right? They always knew they had something special about themselves. But you take some of the Hollywood executives or some artists, they might have been the ugly duckling for a long time before they had the teeth sticks, the lipsticks, the nose sticks, all the work done. Underneath, they still the young people with no confidence because they've been that way all their fucking life. So all of a sudden, if you look at Puffy old pictures, don't look nothing like his new pictures. You know, shit, they didn't do everything.
But sure, just because he has plastic surgery, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're wrong about rich people doing stuff to their face or whatever it is, but that's different than the allegations that are coming down on him.
I'm talking about rich people. I'm talking about the different. I'm talking about, okay, let's look at it like this. I look at it real plain and simple. Ain't no whistleblower. Facts is there. But right now, I don't care if it's P.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on.
Nobody's defending him. You're right.
Guys at Interscope.
You're right.
Okay.
Nobody is defending him, but that's why I was interested in hearing your perspective. For people who have...
So, there we go, y'all. There we go. There we motherfucking go. What the fuck that says? I ain't even been reading the motherfucking comments. I've been smoking, chilling. Y'all crazy. Man, that nigga, goddamn it. This shit serious, y'all. Y'all think people ain't giving up and giving up their positions and shit. Niggas giving up their positions, stepping down. Diddy got all their ass on camera, y'all. Video secretly recorded. Got all their ass secretly recorded. Secretly. And more people gonna start coming out. Did y'all see that shit? Is this a real post that said Jay-Z and Beyonce lost over 4 million followers? I seen that, but I don't know if it's true. Over 50 big CEOs stepped down in the past week or two. Real shit. I've been around this motherfucker. I just move at my pace. You gotta catch me when you catch me. You gotta catch me when you catch me. Yeah, man. It's ugly out here. I don't want to say connected. I want to say he probably inspired or got the ideas from. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all know it's a part 2 of that motherfucking interview.
So this is Diddy's ex-bodyguard. I have not seen this one yet, but he has been the one that's exposing most of these things. So he's got some stuff about Usher and Neo. Let's check it out.
So I know, excuse me, I know people gonna jump on this like a fat rat in the cheese factory, but I don't care. When we were in the studio one night, Dawn wasn't there. But Puff had his little street team, engineers in there, and he said, and I said this before, he said, they're gonna keep messing with me, and I don't know who that they was. It could be their parents, it could be their management team. They're gonna keep messing with me, and I'm gonna drug all of them up and pimp them out to my nigga. That's what Puff said about Danity Kane. Whether he was playing, that they was laughing and joking, and I said, out of my mouth in front of them, man, them somebody's daughters. What the fuck is you talking about, Nick?
He may say he's joking, but he's not. That stuff is happening. That little white girl he adopted, guarantee that stuff was going on. His stepson, he even talked about it. I forget his name, Quentin or something.
I got daughters. That's exactly what I said and walked out the studio. So my whole thing about that is this. If he did it, or if he wasn't playing, did he say it out of his mouth? Yes, he did. Did I hear him say that? Yes, I did.
Yeah, why would he make that up too?
But I ain't in the indictment.
You think he's gonna get sued by any other bad boy artists?
It depends on where they at in the music business.
See, he knows he's safe. That's why he's talking about all this stuff. As far as like he probably really wasn't involved in any of this because it will come out in this case. Like, you know,
it depends on what they're trying to do in the music business. Some of them might be still trying to write behind the scenes. Some of them still might be trying to sing, do songs or whatever. It depends on where they at in the music business, man. Because what happens is that that's just like I explained that the other day on the Gene Deal show, is that when individuals have a dream to be something, whether it's in sports as an athlete, whether it's a band member in the music business or a singer in the music business or even a comedian, when somebody has the power over you, you may not come out, bro. You might not say nothing. You might just keep trying and fake it.
he's not wrong. Like, especially you have nothing, you know, you're working a 9 to 5 maybe and doing this music stuff on the side. He gives you a little taste of what it's like, you know. You see those thousands in your bank account. He's taking you to these parties. You know, I totally understand.
Get it till you make it. And I think
what I think is the funniest part of all of this is Diddy is sitting in a cell right now, taking orders from people who make like $16 an hour. And he is probably freaking out.
I think that when people see that he was losing his power and his grip, it might be many more people that want to tell the true story behind their relationship with him. Did you know that the Lox, bruh, did, I think it's We Always Love You, Big Papa? The Lox did that for nothing. They didn't get nothing out of that. All the proceeds were supposed to go to Big's mama. It's a dude that goes around and he investigates publishing on artists and for artists. I knew this years ago. Did you know he finagled the situation where Miss Wallace only got 75% and he got 25% and the Lox got nothing?
I knew that. That's where a lot of Diddy's fortune comes from.
But they end up working it out once the Lox and them people investigated that. Now, I ain't never spoke to the Lox about that. I spoke to the dude that investigated the thing and found it. And this was years ago.
He basically telling y'all he told
nothing to do
him.
with what I'm saying. This the kind of man. Listen,
He's saying that after Biggie passed, he got 25% of the publishing. He somehow got his way in there, and his family didn't get all of it.
And I want to get your opinion on that. It's supporting this lawsuit where she alleges that she was at a dinner with Neo, Usher, and Jimmy Iovine, and Diddy, he punched Cassie in the stomach, and no one did anything. How you feel about that?
they were part of the dinner, and they watched Cassie get abused in front of Puffy abused Cassie in front of them. And neither one of those men...
Man, Cat Williams is so right. All lies will be exposed. You can't fight this black and white. As soon as all of this stuff comes
security
up...
was around to did nothing to stop what he had did to Cassie. Now that's just crazy right there, bro. That is just crazy. Usher probably got a daughter. Neo probably got kids. I don't know. Jimmy Iovine, you know, he take about 15, 20 scoops of sugar in his coffee. So
he's
all those cats there, supposed to be men, watch that lady get abused right there in public, and they did nothing, brother. They did nothing. That goes to show you the power that he had mentally over them. Could go a woman witnesses, and this witnessing it, and said, they said nothing. Yo, man, stop. Don't do that. Yo, not here, bro. Easy. Nothing.
That's terrible. These are household names. You know what I mean? This is going to be good, guys. So, if you guys like the content, please leave a like or comment. And
fuck all that. Diddy ass going down, man. At the end of the day, man, Diddy going down. 10 celebrities who tried to warn us about Diddy. Let's see what this one talking about, man.
Y'all, the state media is trying to keep you in the dark, so pay close attention before this gets taken
ghetto
down.
ass
They just
commercial.
offered them.
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims.
Welcome to Ms. Mojo. And today, we're looking at celebrities who spoke out against Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, before his 2024 arrest and indictment.
We're just starting to scratch the surface of what this case, this case is going to touch and involve.
Kanye West. In retrospect, we should have read between the lines whenever somebody described a puffy party. In a 2014 episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe recalled attending a Diddy party where everyone was, quote, butt naked.
Stop talking. We met Chloe's new crew of friends. And all I said was, yes. And then I stopped. All I said was yes.
Khloe's former brother-in-law, Kanye West, also made comments concerning Diddy that read differently now. In 2022, West called Sean Combs a, quote, fed, claiming he had sold people out to spare himself from jail time.
That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a daughter and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-car.
Since West is infamous for making wild, often unfounded accusations, these statements initially blended in with
Ooh,
his
this
other
shit get
tirades.
deep.
Even now, it's hard to say if West's allegations were authentic. Given Combs' current legal issues, though, West's words feel like a warning, whether or not he truly had any inside information.
I don't know if it's a party. I'm saying that metaphorically. You know what I'm saying? But you've heard about the parties that everyone is talking about. But you've never got invited to them. So you I don't know. Really... I don't know. I don't even know what the party. That's how far out of it I am.
Usher. When he was just getting his foot in the music industry's door, a 13-year-old Usher spent a year living with Combs. Usher opened up about this experience in a 2016 interview with Howard Stern.
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 in the morning with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
Although he made it sound like a blast, Usher hinted at something more disturbing beneath the surface. Usher said that he didn't, quote, understand what he was even looking at, and, quote, very curious things were taking place.
I went there to see the lifestyle. Right. And I saw it. And it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
Perhaps most telling, Usher made it clear that he wouldn't want his children attending, quote, puffy camp like their father. Regardless, Usher's protege, Justin Bieber, would spend 48 hours with Combs. It may just be speculation, but a fake phone number that Bieber later gave Combs now reads like a cry for help.
I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot, but you never really got my number, so.
Correct.
Okay. My number?
Yeah.
Tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 555.
Yes. Okay.
5555.
Mace. In addition to breaking out as Diddy's hype man in the 90s, Mason Darrell Betha, or Mace, released 3 studio albums through Bad Boy Records. Mace eventually had a falling out with Combs and his record label.
I never got paid what I was worth, and I never got the respect I was worth. So the disdain that I got for Puff is more like, you trying to keep me here.
Leading up to his former collaborator's arrest, Mace claimed Combs cheated him with a $20,000 publishing deal and had been withholding royalties for decades. In a 2022 interview, Combs asserted that Mace owed him $3 million.
That's facts. I got the receipt. Second album, he gave money to do second album, never delivered.
did the album, never delivered. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna go back and forth for Mace. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going back and forth for nobody.
Combs nevertheless returned the publishing rights to Mace and several other Bad Boy artists the following year. Although Mace was among the first to call Combs out over royalties, he wouldn't be the last. In 2024, former bandmate Don Richards sued Combs, citing, among other things, roughly $5 million in unpaid earnings.
Dawn had the choice to file the case as a Jane Doe, and she chose not to do that. After giving it a fair amount of thought, she wants accountability, she wants justice.
Cat Williams.
I sure hope I have Club Shay Shay after this year.
It's gonna be in a dimension it's never been.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
The greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business.
Comedian Cat Williams is no stranger to run-ins with the law and reported abusive behavior. As such, it's understandable why some would call Williams' credibility into question. In January 2024, though, Williams made several remarks about Combs that only became more relevant in the months to come. On Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, Williams touched upon the now notorious Diddy parties, advising people to just say no.
And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need to know?
While his reasons were somewhat vague, Williams was especially concerned about protecting a certain area of his body. Williams didn't elaborate further, although he took another shot at Combs later in the interview.
I know how blessed I am. If I look at it, I got it. Yeah. That's how Diddy be feeling.
Now, come on, man, come on.
The recent allegations regarding Combs' quote, freak-out parties and alleged abuse painted Williams' words in a whole new light. Aubrey O'Day. What do Donald Trump and Diddy have in common? Well, arguably quite a few things, but singer-slash-reality star Aubrey O'Day is one of them. Once mentored by Combs, O'Day later appeared on the 5th season of The Celebrity Apprentice.
I am a very strict and focused businesswoman because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy.
When O'Day brought up her association with Diddy, Trump was quick to shower him with praise. O'Day tiptoed around her former boss, willing to say if he was a quote, good guy, as Trump described
They
him.
get to going crazy. She going into extra shit, ain't she?
During a 2019 interview with Variety, O'Day went into greater detail, discussing her time on the Diddy-produced Making the Band. O'Day said, quote, "We were scared to death with what would happen with Puff each day. I experienced everything from race remarks to sexism, and a lot of it was scary."
Listening to Gene Deal, his bodyguard.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he had a really astonishing quote.
You should hear the one he's not saying. It's even crazier.
Right. So he's got stuff in the tuck that he hasn't put out there?
Everybody does.
Wendy Williams.
I have broken up with somebody. Who? I don't want to Do say. we know the person? Maybe. Okay.
After being fired from Hot 97 in 1998, Wendy Williams accused Combs of playing a role. In 2004, Williams wrote that she would, quote, never forget the hell Combs put her through. Even so, Williams said that she didn't hate Combs. On a 2015 episode of her show, Williams commented on the allegations that Casey Ventura was hiding from Combs.
This is a beautiful dress, by the way, that she has on. And Puffy, you look great for all the hard partying.
Williams painted Combs as a, quote, mogul you can't escape. The same year, Williams asked Jennifer Lopez if she would ever get back together with Combs. Lopez's mother, Guadalupe Rodriguez, basically answered for her daughter with a look that said everything. Although they reconciled in 2017, viewers have been waiting on pins and needles to hear Williams' thoughts about Combs in the wake of his arrest.
You are exhausting me. Let me tell you something. This week has been hella exhausting.
50 Cent. Curtis James Jackson III, aka 50 Cent, is another big name who's had a long-standing feud with Combs. It all started with 50 Cent's 2006 diss track, The Bong, which alleged that Combs was connected to the murder of Biggie Smalls. There's still little concrete evidence backing up that conspiracy theory. In October 2023, though, 50 Cent elaborated on his beef with Diddy, describing his parties as, quote, uncomfortable.
That's not really beef, though. That's just competitive.
Competitiveness.
All right, so you and Diddy, you and Puff cool?
No, I don't really like it.
During his final lap tour, 50 Cent said Diddy would, quote, hug you from the front and the back at the same time. 50 Cent has been even more vocal about Combs following the raid on his homes. It's also been reported that 50 Cent sold a docuseries to Netflix entitled Did He Do It?
Oh! I guess this means I won't be invited to the white parties in the Hamptons.
Tupac Shakur. Speaking of conspiracies, 50 Cent has also claimed that Combs got Tupac killed. Again, there isn't much backing this up, although Tupac was also skeptical of Combs.
If these rumors or allegations are true, it would make sense he would be able to get away from it, or get away with it for so long because people would be afraid.
Speaking with Vibe magazine in 1995, Shakur was asked if he thought Combs was connected to his shooting the previous year. Shakur did not hold back, saying, quote, "I believe so," adding that, quote, "It's between me and him, and only he knows."
I have proved things that I can say that will back up my claim, but this is not for the world to know about.
About a year later, Shakur was involved in another shooting, this one proving fatal. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who was arrested for Tupac's murder in 2023, once said that Combs offered $1 million to carry out Shakur's assassination.
I think that was a bad move, dude, you know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Yeah, but show some love, brother love.
Whether or not Combs was involved,
Hey, he
Shakur's
say,
words
show
paint
some
the
love,
portrait
brother
of a
love.
violent man. Rodney Lil Rod Jones. While Combs has faced numerous accusations throughout the years, Rodney Lil Rod Jones was among the first to take serious legal action, contributing to the mogul's current circumstances. Jones was a producer on Combs's The Love album, Off the Grid. According to Jones, though, he, quote, endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer.
Claims made by Jones include hidden cameras in the rap mogul's home, saying, quote, Mr. Combs allegedly threatened to eat Mr. Jones's face in order to get what he wants.
Jones alleged that Combs repeatedly groped him and made him participate in unwanted sexual activities. This included having to work in the bathroom as Combs showered. What's more, Jones claimed that he woke up naked in bed with Combs and 2 sex workers after being drugged. His lawsuit also implicates Combs' son Justin and Chief of Staff Christina Coram, the latter of whom was accused of grooming.
Basically calls her the Ghislaine Maxwell to Sean Combs' Jeffrey Epstein.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
God damn, y'all.
Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, you told me before that you was at a party before that they attended and you said the party was weird. Tell me about that.
Okay, this is boxer. His name's Juan. He was married to Tanisha Arnold. So Broad played Pam on Martin Lawrence. We went to the party with her. It was matter of fact, it was the Set It Off party. Jada Pinkett, Vivica Fox, all of them was there. You know what I'm saying? It was just, seemed like Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me. It was just a lot of weird shit going on, you know what I'm saying? Vibes ain't there. I guess that's what Tupac was talking about, the Illuminati and shit. It's like Vivica Fox was with this big gay man, he was 6'9". They called his name 6'9". He had the red hair with big old booty. Nobody was gay no more. What the fuck is going on here? It's just a lot of weird shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? That shit, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I guess what Tupac, I guess he wanted to get up out of the Illuminati or something. But I seen it here. Matter of fact, MC Light pulled off with Tanisha Arnold. You know what I'm saying? In her brand new 5'6" black one. Yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, that's some weird ass shit going on, you know. Yeah.
And what was Tupac doing at the party, yo?
Him and Puff was there together. It was there, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know how they fucking fell out or nothing like that. They was road on, you know what I'm saying? They even got pictures of him. He got on that the blue sweater, the turtleneck. Him and them hugged up like this with the black hat. Have you ever seen that picture?
Nah, I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure I came across it.
Yeah. That picture there, it was at that party right there. Yeah, it's just like a bunch of weird shit, that whole fucking, yeah, that shit weird, dude. Yeah, bunch of, it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no gay basher or nothing. I mean, none of that shit, but that shit ain't right. That shit, that whole party was weirdo without. Yeah, it was Jada Pinkett. But
You saying that? You saying the whole party was weird? What did you see at the party that made it weird? I mean, I'm confused.
I guess it was the Illuminati. It's just weird. I know I wouldn't want to be part of no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm from the old school, dude, and that shit wasn't really tolerated with my generation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hate crime, yes, but it's more tolerated these days and nothing like that. It's more, you know what I'm saying, more open now, you know what I'm saying? But back then it was kind of fishy, you know what I'm saying? Still kind of fishy, you know, but it's more, you know, out there now.
The incident y'all had with Warren G and Kid Frost. Tell me about that, my man.
Okay, Kid Frost, they gave a party at the House of Blues. One of our big homeboys wanted to go with us, you know what I'm saying? So he went with us and we said, ooh, you know these have fun. So one of Kid Frost's homies, still on my big homie. But he didn't know that he was around, there was maybe about 20 of us. So we, the dude that socked my big homie, we beat the dog shit out of him. So my big homie, he came too. He like, that's the motherfucker. We like, yeah. And it was 2 security guards had him. Had the dude that we beat up, Kid Frost, entourage. So my big homie knocked that motherfucker out while the Yellow Jackets, you know, the Yellow Jackets with the event security, they had to do, so my homie still knocked him out. Boom! So the dude, the Yellow Jacket was talking shit. Man, what the fuck is wrong with him? My homeboy knocked out him too. Bam! Like, boom! So the other one like, man, he got back. Little Jamaican dude come up talking shit. Man, you going crazy? My homeboy socked him too. So we went down to get our car for valet. And it was the dude, it's LBC. And he like, what the fuck is that? He's like, it's Long Beach City Crib. So my homeboy knew this dude was an imposter. You from Long Beach, you gonna say rolling 20s or insane, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're a real block boy, you know what I'm saying? 19th Street, you gonna say something. A real Crip. So this nigga said he from Long Beach City Crib. My homeboy like, wait a minute. Knocked him out too. So Warren G them was down there, him and Cedric Wallace waiting on their cars. They seen my homeboy get busy like that, so they had left before us, went up to Fat Burgers. So we came, got in our shit, they finally brought our cars to valet. We went up to Fat Burgers. And Warren G and Cedric Wallace was up there already. You know, eat their shit and shit. So we came in there, the big homie like, hey, motherfucker. He pointed at Cedric Wallace, like, man, you been dumping us for years, man. I'm losing all my motherfucking money betting on your motherfucking ass. So Warren G was right there. He like, my homie like, man, that's a nice ass watch. So he like, man, let me try that on. You know what I'm saying? So by then,
this
my
nigga
homeboy, somebody
crazy
got my
as hell.
homeboy attention. And he turned his head. Shit, Cedric Sabalas and what's his name was in the, he was in a ragged out 500 Benz. This motherfucker like jumped off. I mean, he drove up off the motherfucker. He didn't even pay attention to the curb. He jumped off of the curb instead of using the, you know, the driveway. That shit was funny. But my homie like, damn, we almost bust this whole fucking engine block. Yeah, that shit was funny as a motherfucker. Like, damn. Yeah.
If we fail to communicate,
that way that nigga tell stories and put them little damn and say all them extra sound effects and shit, man, that shit be funny as hell.
Well, one of the things that was mentioned in the lawsuit was the freak-offs.
Yes.
So, in the lawsuit, Cassie said while in New York, Diddy told her that he wanted to engage in a fantasy of his called voyeurism. He said it would turn him on if he saw Cassie with another dick. So, he allegedly forced her to engage in sex acts with male sex workers while he would masturbate and film it. First time, Diddy hired a man, brought him to his home in Los Angeles. Everyone was wearing masquerade masks.
I could believe.
And everyone took drugs. He would instruct her to perform sex acts with the man while he watched. He would masturbate and, have the man do specific acts. This would last for multiple days. He would call them freak-offs or FOs. And he would basically tell her that he wanted this thing all the time. And eventually he would have her actually go to websites to hire these male sex workers herself. He basically said that this was our thing and our secret. These freak-offs would happen at all types of hotels all around the country. At one point in 2013, they were at the Intercontinental in New York, where there was like tens of thousands of dollars of damages in the hotel after one of these. She said the chief of staff, Tony Fletcher, paid the invoice. Were you around Tony Fletcher?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Tony Fletcher was the accountant. She's also the one that came to me where Diddy had a thing where it didn't matter if you worked 20 hours a day, if you worked 24 hours, if you was in the studio 36 hours. He didn't want to pay you for the hours that you worked. So he had Tony Fletcher come to me and say, listen, Barnes got all the hours that he worked in. And she said, Barnes, can you please just put 12 hours a day on there? So she was his go-to with whatever type of things that had to do with money or office work.
Got it. So he would have Cassie go to these websites to find escorts, and he instructed her to search for large black penises. She claimed that he would fly these male sex workers to all different types of cities. The assistants would set up these freak-offs in the hotel suites with baby oil and Astroglide.
Yeah.
There'd be lots of drugs. She was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol. And afterwards, like you described, after these freak-offs, they would go get IV fluids.
Right.
To kind of recover from it. Yeah, it gets pretty graphic. At one of those situations, he would say, like, grab that big black dick. How does it feel? He would use a laptop and a phone to record everything. And then sometimes he would use her phone and she would delete it. But then he would say, oh, I can still get it back. And at one point, I guess he showed her a video that she thought she had deleted, and she would kind of freak out and everything else like that. And there was, when things didn't work out, there was more violence and everything else like that. Now, you yourself, you never were involved in these freak-offs on any level.
No, I never was involved in these freak-offs in any level, but it's what he had, like I explained to you earlier, he had a medicine bag where all the medicines would be in and all the drugs would be in. But he also had a camera bag. So this camera bag was, if you remember back in the days, people still have them now, the little camera that you just put right there and you can hold, and they come with the little cassette tapes. So he had an assistant, and the assistant job was to keep this camera. I don't care, no matter where you go, don't put this camera bag down. And I specifically remember one time his assistant named Tommy had lost one of the cassettes. And Puff was getting frantic, like, yo, where is this cassette at? And everything that she said.
Listen, paying $14.99 a month for a streaming app and $9.99 a month for a music app and $12.
It made sense because this was their personal videographer camera that they would use whenever they went to the hotels and everything. And it was the assistant job to keep it, to make sure you watched it, make sure you don't put this bag down nowhere. So I definitely agree. As well as there's times where they went to the hotel. And, me being the nosy person that I am, Like, yo, he be like, yo, you got the weekend off. Yo, you got the day off. I'll be like, all right. So you know how you get to the hotel. I'm going to eat some fruit, you know. He's like, yo, what you still here for? You got to leave. So I'm like, yo, why you rushing me, yo? So, you know, I'm going to be nosy now. So when I get by the elevator, I done took so much time to come down that when I'm coming down the elevator, I might see a Rico Suave getting on the elevator. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he don't know me, so I'm going to stay on the elevator. And I stay on the elevator, and the elevator stop on Puff floor. And I'll be like, okay. And then I wouldn't let the door close because this person is oblivious to who I am. So he would just walk straight to Puff door, and I'll just be watching, and I'll see him knock on the door, and then I'll see him go in. In my mind, at this particular time, I'm so happy I got the day off. I'm not thinking about I said, well, they some freaks. That's all. I don't know about him saying, you know, this, that, and the other, but I know for sure that those guys, because then he would hit me if they had a party that night, and he would be like, Barnes, you remember such and such? I said, what? And it was one guy specifically, he would say, it was a guy named Michael from Miami. And I knew this guy. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know what role he played in nothing. But Puff would always ask me, yo, can you make sure he get in the party? He ain't got to be in the section, but just make sure he get in the party. Then it was times that we went away, and I would always have the adjoining room to his room. But it was times where the assistant would be like, yo, your room is up the hall. I'd be like, yo, my room. And then I might see the same guy got the adjoining room. So I'll be like, oh, okay. I'll be like, yo, he be like, yo, I don't know what's going on, man, but that's his room. And then I put two and two together, like that's the adjoining room, so the person don't got to come outside no more. And these went on quite often. What was going on back there, for me reading the lawsuit, that's when I put two and two together, like, wow, this was the freak off. But it made a lot of sense. You know, it was one specific time we was in Las Vegas, and it was just me and Pop. And he had the Caesars suite, and I had the room down the hall. And he called me. He said, yo, what's up? I said, oh, yo, hey, nice, what you doing? I said, nothing. I'm in the room. I'm chilling. What's up? What you need? I said, you getting ready to go out? He said, nah, I won't go out, but why you staying there? Yo, you could come stay here. I got 2 floors. So I said, all right, cool. It's just me and him. All right, I'll stay here. And he tells me, he says, yo, I got this girl coming over. I can't remember her name, but I knew all the girls, you know. After, you know, they all knew me by my name, Barnes, hey. So he'd be like, yo, I got such coming over. So, you know, he was like, yo, can you do me a favor? I said, what? And, you know, when I read the lawsuit, Villain, I said, wow. Because me and him we would go to the sex stores together, you know, Hustler on Sunset, different places, and he would go over on his side and get everything he get, and I would just kind of watch to make sure people that recognized him wasn't bothering him, you know. And this particular day, he said, yo, it's too much people out there, da-da-da. I need you to go to the store for me. I said, what you want? And when I read the lawsuit, he said, I want this really big black cock. That's it. And they're like, you got to remember, at this time, the lawsuit is not out. This is 2011. So he said, yo, shorty likes big black dicks, you know. And he said, yo, and if she get crazy, you know what I'm saying, I need that. And I said, all right. And I go and get it for him, you know, from there. It's in the bag. I give it to him. He like, yo, where you going to be? I said, I'm going to be upstairs. He said, all right. You know, it's one of his regular girls. So when I read the lawsuit, I kind of had to go back and think to myself, damn, was that big black cock for her or was it for him? You know what I'm saying? And that's why I know that stuff that she said was true.
Okay, today, the incredible new
God damn, y'all. Everybody coming out with stories.
how you feel about Diddy being indicted?
Sean Puffy Combs' indictment. You know, I had made a comment on my social media earlier today because I was a little disappointed in the fact that so many of our people misinterpreted my comments about Sean Puffy Combs as being indicative of my desire to see him evade accountability for any crimes that he may have committed. So to clarify that, this is where I stand on the Sean Puffy Combs indictment. If Sean Puffy Combs is guilty on any of the 3 counts of that federal indictment, if he's guilty of sexually trafficking people against their will, if he's guilty of participating in arson and bribery and kidnapping and all of these things that they're accusing him of, if they can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that he engaged in these things, then like anyone else, if you do the crime, you should do the time. But when I look at those indictments, first of all, when I look at the racketeering count of the indictment, and of course, I'm not an attorney, but when I look at racketeer, influence, corrupt organization, I'm saying to myself, Sean Combs, from what I understand, because I don't know the man personally, he did not build Bad Boy on criminal money. Bad Boy was built legitimately through the legal channels of the music industry. He might have engaged in crime using Bad Boy property after he built Bad Boy. But did he use criminal funding in crime to create Bad Boy? I don't think he did. Now, maybe RICO extends to you simply engaging in crime on company time. Now, if they're saying he sexually trafficked women on company time, and that constitutes RICO, then he might be guilty. But everybody who knows Puff knows that he came into the music industry the right way, he hustled the right way, and he built his empire the right way. It appears that all the freak-offs in the alleged sexual trafficking, the alleged interstate prosecution, that may have come after the fact. So the question becomes, can he still be convicted of RICO charge if he simply engaged in sexual activities that did not directly have to do with the business, but he did it on company time, he did it in company property. So that would be a clarifying issue that I would like to see explained. So that's one piece. Now, when I look at the sexual trafficking, again, he could be innocent, he could be guilty. But when I look at Sean Puffy Combs being a mogul, being as popular who he is, as he is, I don't see why he would need to kidnap people and sexually traffic them across state lines and then force them to engage in sexual behavior. I really can't see that. Again, I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm simply saying, as thirsty as people can be, men and women, for fame, for attention, I don't think Sean Puffy Combs has to force anybody, okay, into sexual trafficking. I don't see him needing to sell people against their will across state lines to engage in sex. I don't see it. I do not believe he's guilty of sex trafficking, but I could be wrong because I don't know what the evidence is. So the racketeering piece, I'm a little uncertain of. The sex trafficking piece, on the surface, I don't believe he's guilty of that because I don't think he needs to forcibly sell anybody.
Man, hit the like button for me,
now,
man.
The third
Damn, hit the like button, please and thank you.
Interstate prostitution. Did Sean Puffy Combs influence people, pay people, bribe people to come across state lines and engage in sexual activity? He may very well be guilty of that. So then the question becomes, for me, what is the maximum he can get? Fed time for engaging in interstate prostitution. And interestingly, when you look at the federal definition of prostitution, it does not require an exchange of money. It could be a promise. It could be a material benefit. And you know, Puffy, he kind of flashy. All the hip hop guys who got money, they pretty flashy. So he might say, hey, if you do this, I'll give you this. Or what if he just gave them rewards for complying with his request? In other words, there was no upfront business arrangement for sex. There was no upfront business arrangement for sex. Hypothetically, he brings them into New York. He brings them into LA. He brings them into Miami. They do what they do. And as a means of him of flexing his power and his money,
Ain't no court on no
I'm
Friday.
gonna take care of your bills.
We waiting
She
to
wasn't
court
expecting
resume.
nothing but time with Puff. She wasn't expecting nothing but participation in the freak off. But because she was rewarded for her participation in the freak off, does that meet the federal definition of prostitution? It's the same thing with my RICO charge question. I don't believe he built his music empire illegally. But if he engaged in illegal activity non-related to the music empire, but he used music empire property to do it, does that also meet the federal definition of a RICO charge? And me personally, Art, I believe the reason they went RICO and the reason they went Fed is they want to completely destroy Sean Puffy Combs publicly and financially, because this could have very easily been state charges. The feds don't come in quickly to take up cases. They came in and took this up. And as you know, the feds have a 97% conviction rate. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying somebody wants Sean Puffy Combs completely destroyed. And I think I know who it is. I believe it is Diego. I believe it is the British-based liquor company that Puffy was doing business with. They're one of the biggest liquor companies in the world. They market and sell some of the most popular brands of liquor, including Ciroc. And Diddy had an agreement with them where they would help him market his De Leon tequila brand. And Diddy took issue with Diego because they had described the De Leon tequila liquor, Puffy's brand. They described it to their customer base as if it was an inner city, urban, quote unquote, ghetto, hip hop type of liquor. And Puffy took issue with that because he said, I'm a global icon. I'm a hip hop mogul. Don't limit my product just to black people. And by doing that, you're dissuading white people and non-blacks from buying my liquor. You're cutting my sales low, and I think you're doing it on purpose because you don't want De Leon tequila to outsell all your other European-controlled brands. So Puffy accused Diego of racial discrimination in advertising and marketing. Diego got upset with Puff, British-based company. They said, you done already made $1 billion off of us. How dare you sue us and try to make a few more billion off of us? So they tried to get the case thrown out. But the judge allowed the case to proceed because Diego claimed that there was a clause in their contract with Puff that did not allow him to ever take them to court. Any grievances, according to the contract, Diego alleges needed to be solved outside of court. But the judge sided with Puff and allowed the lawsuit to go forward. So Diego is losing black money because of this racial discrimination piece. Other companies don't want to do business with them because they don't want to be branded as anti-black, even if they are, because everybody knows we disproportionately spend more money on liquor than any other group. So Diego is losing money. Then on top of that, Puff had already made $1 billion off of him, and now Puff is suing him for a few more billion. So what do? They decide to settle out of court. Now check this out. Diego and Puff settled out of court in January 2024. Puffy's homes are raided in March. There's no way you're going to convince me that a company that powerful, Diego operates in 180 of 194 countries in the world. They operate in 180 out of 194 countries in the world.
It's 195 countries, nigga.
That 1 + 1 does not equal 2. There is no way
195
they were
countries.
forced to settle with Puffy in January.
Oh,
and less
yeah.
than 2 months later, his homes are raided. And I'm going to tell you how I believe Puffy gave them the ammunition to go after him on. When Cassie made her accusations against Puff, he settled in about 24 hours. And they settled in November of 2023. Mind you, he's already in court with Diego since the spring of 2023. Watch this timeline. He sues Diego in the spring. Cassie comes out in the fall. He settles with Cassie in 24 hours. Diego is watching this. So when Diego decides to settle with Puff outside of court, they did this knowing full well we about to go after you and destroy you. You are messing with the Illuminati. You have no idea who you effing with, Sean Combs. And when Puff was so quick to settle with Cassie, that showed the whole world he was vulnerable. That showed the whole world he had skeletons in his closet. And do you know what I think Diego did after they settled with Puff? I bet you after they settled with Puff, they probably never even made it to the airplane. They picked up the phone and they called King Charles III. And they said, "Dear monarch, we need you to dial in a favor for us to President Joe Biden. Because this Sean Puffy Combs, this little nick out of New York City, he think he can go to war with the big boys and not pay the consequences. Sean Puffy Combs, that hip-hop king out of New York, he think he can tell white people what to do. He think he going to rob us for a couple $2 billion and get away with it. It's not going down. Dear King, please make that call on behalf of your citizens." That's what I believe happened. King Charles picked up the phone. He called Joe Biden or any number of U.S. citizens, any number of U.S. prosecutors. In less than 2 months after Puffy settled with Diego, his homes were raided. Now, here's the other thing, Art. The reason they did not arrest Puffy until recently, because they could have arrested him then, is they wanted to wait and save this for a time they needed to distract the black public away from something that they didn't need us getting involved in. The reason he got arrested now is because we're 6 weeks away from the presidential election, and black America was tearing Kamala Harris's up looking for presidential accountability. They were all over Kamala Harris. She couldn't answer no questions. She didn't want to do no interviews. And so the power structure said, let's get him right now. We need something we can throw at black America. We know they're emotional. We know they care more about hip-hop than anything else in their community. Okay, what can we throw black America to get them off of Kamala Harris's back? Let's throw them Puff. And if you notice, Art, ever since Kamala decided to seek the presidential nomination when Joe Biden stepped down, every conversation in black Twitter, black Facebook, black Instagram, black TikTok, black YouTube, everything has been about what? The presidential election. Trump, Kamala, Kamala, Trump. That's all we've been talking about until they arrested Puff. Now go on black Twitter. Now go on black Instagram. Now go on black YouTube. Nobody's talking about Kamala too much no more. Everybody's worried about Puff. That's exactly what they wanted to do. Distract black America away from the presidential election by throwing them the Puffy lynching so we can get Kamala to the finish line. And guess what? The judges that refused to give Puffy bail, from my understanding, they're both Democrats. And you know what's so sad about that? Puffy is a very big Democratic Party contributor. He's a very big Democratic Party supporter. And so the very party that Puff been giving millions to and millions of dollars worth of publicity and advertising, is the very party that shut him down. This was a favor that was called in by the British people to the American government. He don't know his place no more. Sit his down. And keep on top of that, Art. Puffy started a black political party called, what was it called? Our Black Party, I think it was, in 2020. After he endorsed Joe Biden, Sean Puffy Combs said out of his own mouth that both political parties keep taking us for granted. They're not offering us anything for our vote. And I think another reason why he was raided, when he was raided, Art, was to keep his damn mouth shut so he did not offer his opinion on this presidential election. This whole thing was a takedown of the global white power structure with Diego, British-based company, at the top, and it was also necessary in order to get Black America off of Kamala Harris's back. Now, let me say this to you, Art. People say Dr. Umar has been defending Puff. If Sean Puffy Combs is guilty of sex trafficking, he should go to jail. If Sean Puffy Combs is guilty of engaging in anything illegal, I'm slow, Art, because I'm saying that the prostitution piece, if somebody wants to get paid for sex, although I don't agree with it, I don't agree he should go to jail for that if it was consensual. So I'm hesitating on the prostitution charge, because if they did this of their own free will in exchange for commerce, even though prostitution is illegal in every state except Nevada, I can't see somebody going down for prostitution when it was a consensual arrangement. The RICO, if he kidnapped people, if he burned people's houses and things down unjustifiably, I could potentially see that as well. But my thing is this. You have black people saying that even if he's innocent of the federal charges, he should go to jail anyway for stomping out Cassie. He should go to jail anyway for taking advantage of people. He should go to jail anyway because we think he has something to do with Big. We think he has something to do with Pac. We think he has something to do with a lot of bad things that went on in the music industry. Here's what I say to that. If Sean Puffy Combs is guilty of the murder of Tupac Shakur or Christopher Wallace, directly or indirectly, he should go to jail. But only if it has been proven, Art, in a court of law, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that he was involved. What I cannot support is black people telling the racist white American criminal justice system that you can lock up one of our own, even if they are innocent, even if you have not proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that they committed the crime, you can still engage in corruption and lock up a black person because we hold them accountable for other crimes that have either not been proven or have thoroughly disgusted us. In other words, Cassie being stomped out by Puff was wrong. It was absolutely wrong. No man should ever put their hands on a woman. But he is not being charged with that. Domestic violence is not the charge. So when I hear black people say he should go to jail even if they can't prove the charges because he did something over here, I cannot co-sign that. Why? Because the history of the American criminal justice system, Art, is a history of black men being convicted in the court of public opinion by white people without sufficient evidence. Look at all the black men who've been lynched, hung. Look at the brother today, Art. We just had a black man in Missouri. Marcellus Williams was executed 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago tonight. He was innocent. No evidence connects him to the crime, Art. No evidence. There's no physical evidence that proves Marcellus Williams broke into that white woman's home, stabbed her 43 times, left the knife in her neck, and then escaped. He was nowhere near the crime at the time it took place, from what I understand. Even the prosecuting attorney, or the DA, says he's now convinced that Marcellus Williams is innocent. He was fighting for him to get exonerated. And guess what the governor of Missouri said yesterday? Guess what the Supreme Court of Missouri said yesterday? We don't care. This is the prosecutor, Art. The prosecutor who convicted him said, I believe he's innocent. And the governor in the Supreme Court of Missouri said, we don't care what you think. He's going to die tomorrow, whether you like it or not. Check it out, Art. When they put the jury together for this black man, and I'm bringing this right back to Puff. When they put the jury together for this black man, there were 7 black jurors. 7 of them. The prosecution dismissed 6. They ended up with 1 black on the jury. Everybody else was white, Art. This black man was convicted. His life was sentenced to death by an all-white jury with 1 black person who was probably too scared to speak out against what the rest of the jury wanted to do. It gets worse than that. I even read that the family of the victim, and of course our condolences go out to that woman, whether she Caucasian or not. Nobody deserves to die like that, especially not a woman. But I read that her family, Art, also is convinced of his innocence, and that her family didn't want him to die. So the victim's family didn't want him to die, at least some of the members. The prosecutor don't want him to.
All right, y'all gonna have to go check that shit out on y'all own. I just want y'all to get in tune to it. He hitting up a lot of shit on point with it. A lot of shit on point. He most definitely on point with a lot of shit that he's saying. Y'all go check that shit out, man. I'm finna wrap this up, man. It's been real, man. Remember, keep your eyes open and trust none, man. Until we meet again, man. I'm out this joint.